Yo, what's good? I know that I told y'all that I will be back tonight, but bitch, I changed my motherfucking mind. I'm gonna be back right motherfucking now, okay? You guys see what the hell we here to get into? What's going on, Nova? What's going on, Surefire? What's going on, Sharon Marie? Give me nasty piece of thumbs up if you were entering into this building, okay? This was, interestingly enough, a highly requested ass commentary, okay? So we're going to give the people what they motherfucking want, okay? We do have Captivating Christian in the building, okay? And we just going to clear up some things, speak to some things, talk about some things. So while you guys go ahead and get these thumbs up out of the way and share and do what you do best, I'm going to play this old nasty piece of motherfucking intro. And then we're going to get into the situations of all situations. Oh,
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's CONSCIOUZTV.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's CONSCIOUZTV.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
is that captivating? I see.
Yes, it is. That was a nice intro. Look at that.
Thank you.
Did I rub off a little bit on you to kind of get a little intro going? It's cute.
Well, you know,
Whatever.
You are my baby father, so you know I gotta do what a baby mother does best.
Please don't even get that started. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for inviting me to your conscious crew. Hello, everybody in the chat and everybody watching. Good afternoon.
Well, thank you for having me. And thank you for being here and having me, of course. And this is a highly requested video. Yo, okay. Now, just before we even get into this commentary, okay, get into this dialogue, let me establish.
First of all, why is it so highly anticipated?
I don't know why people wanted me to. I know why they wanted me to do the commentary on the situation. I mean, I guess it only makes sense, but it's just funny because I know they being messy as hell by asking me, okay, what are my thoughts? What you feel about the dismantling of the gentleman's panel? What you think about the destruction of the gentleman's panel? What you think about Titanic sinking and there being no survivors? I was like, girl, okay, so I guess we can do this, okay? And I didn't know it would be that big of a thing, you know. There's been lots of commentary about the finale and the ending of the gentleman's panel, and I guess I sparked a little bit of controversy, okay, when I made my exit, okay, just a little bit of controversy, but I'm gonna be honest, I was not anticipating that commentary to really be a thing. I just needed to say what I needed to say, and I felt like I did a great job at doing that. I don't feel like I hit below the belt. I think I kept it very professional, even though some people felt like I still off the bitch's head. But I think we now know the difference between me offing the bitch's head and me moving on swiftly and professionally, but honestly. Okay? Now, Cap, you have probably been the less vocal one of the group, okay, of Destiny's Children, me being Beyonce, of course. I'll give you Kelly. I think you deserve Kelly. That's fine. And, you know, I think people are curious about some things that have played out over the past 2 months. So, of course, I wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of clear up whatever it is you needed to clear up. I wanted to ask you some questions that the people wanted me to ask you, etc., and all of that. So, yeah, we can just get into all of them things, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we already done heard my whole dissertation regarding, some of my. Well, first of all, let's just back the choo-choo train the fuck up. What were your thoughts about my commentary? Like, do you feel like my initial commentary was rude, disrespectful, or did you feel a way about my initial commentary? About my experience and situation and my feelings and thoughts around what was going on?
Initially I did, but I know where it was coming from. So that's the counterpart where I understood. But I did because, that's not something we necessarily do. So I did initially, but I understood where it was coming from. So there was no dog in the fight for me. So I understood.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, there was some.
I know. I mean, I understood. Like, we've always had conversations. I've always had to kind of talk you off the ledge, or you would call and be like, you better talk to me or else, and the decision would always be, when we always ended the conversation, was, I'm not going to make the decision for you. The final decision will be yours. And whatever decision you make is yours, and cool with that. But and you
And your
decided
preference
to stay
was
on.
always, of course, me maintaining my presence on the show. What's your preference? Even though
Of course,
you,
if you're going to be for me, if you're going to be a part of something, be a part of something wholeheartedly. So, of course, if you're going to be present, then be present. And if anytime you felt like, I can't do this, again, the decision is yours to make, and do nothing but support it, as a fellow panel member is supposed to do, is support you. So that's what I would always promote to be done. But it came to a point, unfortunately, where I knew that there was no turning back from that. So it was what it was.
okay. So we're gonna make our way back around to that. So out of that situation, another fire erupted. Okay, and that was
Lord Jesus.
between me and having sex with corpse to get into a fraternity boy. That one. So in that initial commentary, right?
We're not doing that. We're not going to do that, because I don't want to be dragged through the YouTube streets because of deflecting things my way. But okay, go ahead, continue.
Okay, so these things are coming out of CTV's mouth on the record. However, so in my professional dissertation about what the fuck I was disgruntled about, because just as a fact checker, right, Cap, the day that I quit the panel, did I or did I not send a group text saying that I was leaving, saying that I wished the panel well, etc.?
You did.
Okay, I did. Now, fact check. Did I get a response back when I sent that group text out? I know Rebel responded, wishing me well, etc.
I did not.
You did not, but you already knew what the T was.
I did.
But did the founder reply back to me?
As in the group text? No,
the group
I don't know if he responded back to you personally. I can't say, but
group text, no, there was of course there wasn't a personal response, and there wasn't a group text response either.
Well, I wouldn't know that, but okay.
Okay, but the group text, there was no response, right?
Right, correct.
Okay, got it. Okay, so 30 minutes later, there was a live that had been did, okay, about my departure. Okay, I never listened to the live. I don't listen to anybody's shit. I just don't. But there was a live that was done, and I found it was the camel that broke it was the straw for me that broke the camel's back, because I thought it was indecent to have worked alongside somebody for 9 months, almost a year, who's consistently showed up for your project, who really was largely also responsible, okay, for a lot of the changes that were happening as well in terms of rebranding, reshaping, and changing the current demographic of the platform and getting it out of that space, which we're going to get more into as well. So when I sent the group text and the person who asked me to officially come on board did not personally respond back with a, hey, it was nice to have you. Thank you so much. It was a pleasure. God bless you. There was no nothing. But 30 minutes later, there was a live about my departure. I personally thought that that was rather rude. I thought it was rather insensitive. I thought it was rather unprofessional, which had been now a pattern that I had been experiencing. Like for the past, week and a half at that point in time was a pattern of this kind of impersonal energy, this kind of like very superficial, like not really there, but there. It was just very, it was a very strange texture of energy. And I was like, okay, well, since we're going live and we're doing clicks and views, and this is how we're now communicating to one another, why don't I go forth and get my click and a view since this is how we're communicating? So on top of me feeling like it was a very strange way to give somebody an outro who had been around for almost a year at that point,
yeah, but
I had just decided to match the energy, because at that point I was matching all energy. All hell was going to break loose, because everybody knows that I'm a long-suffering, very patient, take a lot of shit ass type of a bitch. And I give a lot of people a lot of opportunity to get their shit together and to get right. And that is in general. So by the time I'm ready to go, pop goes the weasel, I'm popping the motherfucking weasel. But that happens after a onslaught of whatever bullshit is in the air. It's up in the air. Okay? That's why I made my point in my initial commentary, right? When I said that Captivating was aware that I was pretty much already on the edge, already on the verge, already pretty much at the door, turning the knob for a long time now, that my decision, because I want to clear this up too, my decision to leave the panel had nothing to do with my relationship to Larry. It more so, hold on, I done clicked some shit, done flew away, done hit a tab, done, Father God. It wasn't so much as I was upset at Jay coming for Larry. I was more so upset at him for not being receptive to the fact that I was providing him, facts about the case that he was talking about in that moment. And
but can I just ask you a question in regard to that?
Yes.
Why didn't you find it prudent to just debunk whatever or add some texture to what he was giving in his commentary on your own platform instead of coming to his platform?
Well, I'm very supportive of all the guys. And just like Jay comes to my platform and pushes up on my platform and hits that StreamYard link on my platform, I was reciprocating crowd participation. I was reciprocating supporting another panel member. I've also been up and hit the StreamYard link on your channel. I've been in your chat. I've shared your streams. And so me being the generous, keeping the camaraderie alive, content creator, working alongside the brotherhood of the gentleman's panel person that I am, just happened to have seen Jay live that night. He was talking about the case. I clicked the link and I heard him being discombobulated and not knowing what the fuck he was talking about. So I decided to go and correct him, because at that time I was under the impression that he was actually trying to figure out what was going on with the allegations in this police report. But once I got up there, I got to find out that this was just entertainment and that he was just doing this for a click and a view. And that's when I dismissed myself. And so I thought it would have been a cute idea, especially with me being close to the situation and me also being on the gentleman's panel. I was like, well, I have intel into the situation.
Right.
I can go up on Jay's platform, give him the intel. That can be great for his video. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm supporting him and we are fact checking. And so, I just thought it was a good look. It was just a good look. So I hit the link. Okay. After I was done, it wasn't really no point in me going live, because I only jumped up there because he was being inconsistent. I had already spoken about what I had spoken about on my platform. This was me just extending my intel to him. And because he was covering the situation. But then when the conversation became about if I'm getting paid and all this shit, and did Larry buy me a car, and I'm just like, girl, I'm not taking none of those questions from you, because you don't take Ned bitch's question about Mark. You don't take Ned bitch's question about which trade you pooching around with today. You are very clear with these girls that your personal life is not up for discussion. So I don't even know why you even try my motherfucking life like this, for one.
The train is going to go off the track. Let's bring it back.
I don't think I'm off the track, but okay, we can bring it back. So so I was just like, girl, what? Like, what? So
right.
I was like, okay, maybe it's just because a lot of people don't know this, because I'm very like, I can give you all the rah-rah. So a lot of people don't know, though, that I'm a very self-reflective person. So I was like, you know what, bitch, maybe it's me. Like, was it just me that felt some way? Because me and you didn't talk about the situation. Me and you didn't have a single conversation. I don't think we had a single conversation about it. But no. Yeah, we didn't have a single conversation about it. So then when
contrary to what people think.
Right, contrary to what folks think. So when it was his time to host, I knew that people would be like, and I just happened to not be feeling good. So I wasn't going to initially be there, but because I knew people would be like trying to connect the dots and shit and make a thing of it, I said, let me push through. So I came up and I participated in that gentleman's panel and everything. And toward the end of that commentary, I was also honest with him about the fact that he was my least favorite gentleman. Like, somebody asked the question of what all of our favorites was. I thought it was a perfect and a convenient question. And I wanted to answer it very honestly by letting him know directly in front of you guys and everyone else that he, in fact, is my least favorite and why he's my least favorite. Because at that point, the gloves were coming off for me because the optics were looking crazy. And if he didn't care about how the optics look, I didn't find any reason why I should be concerned about about what the optics look like. Like, if you don't care how this looks, if you don't care how you shading me and my Patreon, or how you like ambushing these questions up on me that doesn't pertain to what the fuck I even came up on your platform about. If you don't care how all that looks, then I also don't have to care about what togetherness looks like and what camaraderie looks like. So at that point, once again, we just gonna keep that same motherfucking energy. I'm gonna give you what you give me. So when we did do that panel, that episode on his channel, and you spoke out and addressed him, I was like, oh, because I had no idea that anybody else felt a way about the optics, or I had no idea that anybody
really. So, I normally, if something don't sit right with me, I'll speak about it. I mean, it has gotten me in quote unquote trouble, I guess, with some people. But if something just doesn't sit right, I'll speak about it. I ain't trying to label anybody or try to speak on people's upbringing or anything like that. But if something really is out of line, I will address it. And I just felt like that was very much out of line a little bit. Not even a little bit, but a lot of it, just to be on a panel and whether we co-workers or whatever you want to call it, we still have somewhat of a relationship. And at the end of the day, respect is mainly what is required. And so we may all have a different story or a different point of view, and it should be respected. And it should not at any point be kind of looked at with a side eye. Um, everybody should get that same respect. And whether you come upon some different research, then you can ask those questions. But to assume that somebody was caping so hard and doing this and doing that, that was a bit bridge too far. So for me, I did address it publicly. I addressed it privately. You already knew that was somewhat of an issue for me. And that's just how I felt about it. And I would have felt the same way for any of the other gentlemen if the shoe was on the other foot, because we do share, just coming on a Thursday, and people think it's nothing, which is your opinion, of course, but we do, put a lot into the research that we do, and we do put a lot into keeping connected with one another enough to share our thoughts and other things like that. So I just felt it to at least, at minimum, you would at least give that same respect that you would give any other content creator who had an issue or something that was salacious on the YouTube streets, to kind of say their piece, and you let them go about their business. You didn't question, you didn't, give them the side eye. So then why do it now? I just felt it was a bit uncool, definitely.
And I really appreciate you for stepping up. I felt like it was very bold and very manly of you. And it proved to me, and it proved to me that you could stand on principle. And so I really appreciated you having my back in that way. And because it, on a personal level, it was like, okay, I'm not tripping. That shit was wild. And that shit looked crazy. And people even came back to me after I did that live with Jay and was just like,
yeah, no, I didn't see it. I didn't see it at all. But I just, from the little clips and bits and what people were talking, I was just like,
oh, I was only on there very briefly, honey. As soon as I clocked up, it was good night and goodbye.
Yeah, I heard. And I just thought that, the optics, one, did not look good at all. At the end of the day, we are panel members. So there is a level of respect that should be held, regardless if the person,
of common decency.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like a neighborly expected respect.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, even if we want to talk about, again, using his phrase of being coworkers, even if we want to use that, there is a level of respect you do give a coworker. You just don't come into work like, hey, what's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, because why the fuck are you asking me about my cars and asking me about my possessions when you didn't assist me in getting their shit that's in my driveway, in my front yard? It's just I don't even come up on my own personal platform.
I don't know about any of that, but as far as the details of what was asked, I just think none of it was.
That's what he was asking, things that pertain to nothing he was fucking talking about, and I didn't appreciate it because I don't even get up on my own platform and talk about my material shit. So
yeah, I just think whatever you were willing to share as far as any information that
it didn't even pertain. Like I didn't like it didn't even pertain to anything. Like I'm coming to clock you about your commentary about a case that you don't know shit about. So why are you asking me about sideways shit that ain't got nothing to do with that? It was just very bizarre to me, especially with him being who he is and him having the boundaries he has as it relates to his social media life versus his home life. And I just thought that he would have been able to have my back when his chat started asking him to ask me this, that, and the third. He should have clocked their asses and said, look, CTV didn't come up here for that. He didn't come up here for that. It doesn't pertain to anything. And he's coming up here to talk about the police report and blah, 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 blah. So that's what the fuck we gonna do, okay? Like, and the fact that we were panel members, on top of that, I was just like, girl, how are you helping you're throwing me to the wolves. You're like throwing me to your chat instead of creating that line of demarcation. that was between you and Hermes.
I get that.
That line of demarcation. So I ain't really appreciate it. Nonetheless, it was fine. I put it aside because I'm a big boy, right? Contrary to popular belief, bitches be thinking that I just be out here destroying worlds like Thanos and shit. But the truth is, I'm very long suffering, and even though I felt away, I put my felt away aside, showed up to the following gentleman's panel, okay, played big boy, did my thing, and then the following week, when I bowed out gracefully, I bowed out gracefully. I sent the text, I let it be known, I moved along. I was not responded to. Rebel did reach out to me. You already knew what the tea was. Official King Payne called me immediately after that, but nothing from the other one. 30 minutes later, I get addressed in a video. In a video that I didn't even watch, because if it wasn't worth you saying whatever your sentiments were, if it wasn't worth saying directly to me, you wasn't worth listening to, as far as I was concerned. I gave you an opportunity to wish me farewell. I gave you an opportunity to be personal with me. I gave you an opportunity to be a man with me. And you forfeited that by deciding that it was more important for you to get a click and a view rather than to personally address me. So therefore you weren't worth my personal ears. And it just drove my point home even further, which is why I just went on ahead and went into what my experience was. And I thought I still kept it respectful. Now, this is why I'm gonna ask you some questions, that because another fire exploded out of that.
Right. Well, before we get to that one, okay. I think what it was, and this is just me throwing a guess out here, so I'm not personally speaking for anyone, that maybe you felt like a conversation should have been had before that decision was made, I guess.
Who, me or him?
He did, probably.
What?
But I don't see how. No, let me finish. I'm saying I don't see how, because of how it was presented. There was no words needed to be had. Once you said what you said, it was like, you really have no choice. Either you take, what he said in the little digs, or you go about your business. And any respectable person would have just went on about their business. So that's what I'm saying. I didn't blame you, and that's why I didn't try to talk you down or see what it was. It was like after that, it was pretty much a done deal. So,
yeah, because I'm thinking that why would there have been a conversation after we've had a week and a half of you being with the fuck shit? You done disrespected me when I came up onto your panel trying to get into my personal business, which you are not afforded. To top it all off, when I was running my interviews, then you started talking shit about not wanting to come over to my Patreon so that you could get the court documents pertaining to the lawsuit, and you were persuading your own audience, like almost to suggest like that nobody should be paying, that I should just put it all in a video, etc. And I'm just like, once again, at this point, I'm still on the panel, and me and Jay spoke that night, and I told him, I called him and said, you need to keep my name out of your mouth, Jay. Like, I don't move the way that you move, like, and I really don't do the teetering stuff between, like, the whole frenemy shit. I really don't do. Like, I'm already frustrated with a lot of the technical stuff regarding the panel, on top of now you personally getting on my last motherfucking nerve. So in order to just keep things cute, like, don't bring, there's no reason for my Patreon to be in your name. My Patreon has made more money than the gentleman's panel has collectively, as long as it's been running. So let's not keep my Patreon out of your dick, sucker. If you're not interested and you don't feel like you don't feel like $5 is worth you paying for information you desire, you really could have kept that to yourself, especially, once again, since we're supposed to be panel mates. Like, I would never go onto my platform and drag any of you guys or say to Jay, I'm not going to pay for his memberships. I'm not going to pay for any of his tiers. I'm like, what really
No, I
would
get
the
that.
point be in me doing all of that about, especially somebody who I'm working with at the time? Like,
Yeah.
And the fact that he couldn't understand how all that looks fucked up.
Right.
It's just even more bizarre to me.
Right. No, I definitely get it. That was my issue with that. Like I said, and I addressed it because it did not look. It didn't look good. Whether that was your feeling or not, you should have just kept that part to yourself. I don't think that's something that should have been shared with the rest of YouTube.
I mean, if you were really being friendly and we were really cool, and you can see that I'm a valuable asset to your panel and that I'm here supporting your vision and your project, taking time out of my life to show up every Thursday. I mean, I missed probably 1 or 2 shows in 9 months of something we did weekly. And I only missed 1 or 2 shows in 9 months, Cap. 9 months.
I get it. And yeah.
9 months for something that his shit, and the fact that you dragging and making light and trying to deter bacon off my plate for the sake of your own ego and your own whatever.
Not bacon. You don't do pork.
Not at my expense, bitch. Not at my expense. You shall not. So in terms of you saying that maybe there was a feeling of why I didn't make it a conversation more so than kind of make a statement that I'm leaving, is because, for one, a conversation would imply that there's room for you to talk me out of my decision, and I've already made it. So the only thing I have for you is goodbye and thank you. Right. Secondly, because we had been having conversations and Jay had maintained his childishness and kept doing little innuendo shit, I couldn't even be on my own platform doing what I was doing without people coming into my stream saying, why is Jay talking about your Patreon? Why is Jay da 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 da? And I'm just like, so this bitch is still keeping up with the shits. Okay.
Yeah, now see, I didn't know that there was.
After I done addressed you directly, called your phone, spoken to you like a man, told you to shut the fuck up, and you're still trying me for my life. So now, once again, I'm just gonna let the Lord take lead. You're gonna let the devil use you, bitch. I'm gonna let him use me too. That's how it's gonna go. So when the day of judgment come and the apocalypse reign, it's just gonna be what it is. It ain't gonna be no I'm sorry. It ain't gonna be no making up. I don't make up with near bitch. Once it's over, bitch, it's over. It is what it is. And even when I bowed out, I still felt like I bowed out gracefully, despite some people feeling like I didn't feel like I ripped Jay's head off. I just felt like I laid my point out. I stuck to what bothered me, and then I pooched along and went on about my life. That was my feelings.
Yeah, that's fine. You are entitled to your feelings.
Okay, so
moving right along.
So another fire happened. Okay, now this is where I got some questions for you, and the people got some questions about us. Okay, so amidst that commentary where I gave my final disclosure, I was bringing up instances that to me validated the fact that Jay does not know anything about loyalty and he doesn't know anything about optics. And so I brung up the Gentleman's Panel after show that got had, that you, Official King Payne, and Jay were present in, along with El Spaghetti Neck. And when I brought that up, it wasn't even really about El. It was just about demonstrating to the audience why this looks the way it looks to me. Because when Official King Payne looked to you and said, Cap, would you date Conscious? And you said, hell, Conscious is on a date right now. And then El went and did the most, rolling his diabetic ass elongated neck to and fro the screen, flipping the fuck out like he don't know Jesus from his mammy. I was just like, girl, are you okay? Because I don't think I know you, bitch. I don't think I rung your bell. I don't remember sending for you, girl. I like paused the motherfucking break line. So I took a mental note of it. Me and you had a conversation that night. I called you and I said, what the fuck is wrong with him? Because I knew that y'all had a friendship or whatever the fuck it was. Okay. I was like, girl, maybe Cap, you can give me some intel. Okay. Am I tripping? Okay. So when I brought it up in my dissertation, I guess people ran and took it back to L, which I really didn't give a fuck about, because whatever he wanted from me, he was going to get. If you want a peace treaty, that's fine. I'm here to just, you know, if you want to talk about it, girl, we can talk about it. If you don't want to talk about it and you want to be a nigga about it, we can be niggas about it. We can thug it out in these streets, or we can be grown ass queens in these streets. It doesn't really matter which way it folds out to me, because I'm just interested ultimately in even knowing you all together anyway. So it can go either way, smoke or fire. It doesn't matter to me. So when Blazing, who I actually like, I like Blazing. I was sent the link saying that Blazing, another young lady, and L was on the line, and that they were live, and the young lady was attempting to explain to L Stupid that I had brought up the situation that had happened months ago on the panel, okay? Which, once again, the context of me bringing that up wasn't even about the situation with L. It was a way to demonstrate how PASA allowed L to do all of that in front of current gentlemen on the panel and his audience, and never checked L, never said to L, hey, you're not going to do all that, because CTV is not here to put his foot in your ass, and you wouldn't be behaving this way and talking recklessly out your mouth if CTV was in the building. And because CTV is a current member of this panel, I am not going to allow you to disrespect him in my presence when he's not here. That's why I brought it up. But of course, he was just collateral damage. The situation was just collateral damage, because that was really about PASA and less about L. I don't give a shit about L. That's why I didn't address L at the time, because he's irrelevant to me. So when I brought up the situation that was about PASA, okay, they was over there trying to get it together. So I just went live and said, hey, girl, come on over. We can talk about it. Now, everybody knows how that went. Okay, I invited him over. L had a bunch of amnesia. He didn't know his left from his right, his up from his down, his west from his east, his north from his south. And I got tired of flexing the patience of Yahshua on his ass. Okay? So then, because Jay's platform had went down earlier that day, because when you fuck with a witch, bad things happen. Karma works that way. And it was ironic that I went live to give my dissertation, and 45 minutes later, people was coming to me saying PASA's platform was gone. How unfortunate. That sucks. But that wouldn't be the first time that someone has disrespected me or violated me in a way that was completely contrary to the energy that I give to them, and something unfortunate happened. That wouldn't be the first time. So I'm used to hoes getting what it is they need to get.
Okay.
When they fuck with me. Nonetheless,
thank you.
I have said, thank you for being here. Nonetheless, okay, when I got wind that they was talking, I told myself, I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna handle this like a grown man, honey. I'm gonna talk to L, you know, and all I wanted from him, since he was the one concerned, they were the one over there having a whole conference, a whole goddamn conference call about the situation I brought up. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna talk to him, and all I'm looking for him to say is, look, girl, I said it. I didn't mean anything by it, conscious. You know what I'm saying? And I can, if you felt the way, I can understand. I would have felt the way too, bitch. I don't know you. You don't know me. Boom. We could have canceled it. It literally could have been that simple. I didn't understand why it couldn't be that simple. So he didn't want to, he act like he didn't know what was going on, what I'm talking about. We never been on the panel together. What, like, just all got this, like, he got all this misinformation all up in his brain and shit. I'm just like, girl, if Jay's platform was still up, I would be able to send you the direct link. But because YouTube has terminated the living hell out of PASA's platform, I can't run the footage back for you. Now my go-to is, let me call in the character witnesses, okay? Because Official King Payne was on the line, and so was Captivating Christian along with Pastor. Now, since L, you have a relationship to Cap, you can go ahead and punch those digits in. I'm sure that Cap wouldn't have a problem with telling you that, yeah, you in fact did say and behave that way. Since I can't run the footage because the footage has been terminated by YouTube, okay? Now what I have to lean upon is character witnesses. So you can call either of the three. That's when your name came up. My question to you is, what are your thoughts about your name coming up? Because I think some people understood why your name came up. They understood it was a character witness name reference. Some people, I think, felt like both me and L threw you under the bus. What are your thoughts about us throwing you under the bus? Did you feel like I threw you under the bus?
Okay, for one, I was there. I was watching and listening, and I was not about to drop down into that mess because it was a whole bunch of mess about nothing, pretty much, to me, in the way I look at it, because I know that the comment was made in a shady kind of way. So I did not find
because
it.
Can we agree? Hold on, Cap. Can we agree that it wasn't a comment? He literally performed. He did a whole performance.
Listen, I don't recall the whole spinning around in the chair and all that kind of stuff. I really don't.
Okay, well, maybe I did, because a person is going to remember more when the insult is directed toward them. So
right, exactly. No, I understand that. So that's why I'm not negating your experience. I'm just saying that I didn't notice him doing all that. I just thought, as usual, like, okay, that was over the top. And
okay, so you did feel like it was over the top.
Moving right along. Yeah, I mean, it was just like, okay, that's cool. Thanks for your opinion. Thanks for your insight. But moving right along, nothing serious. I didn't feel like, I knew it was just being shady, just, trying to be shady. And as we normally do on YouTube, somebody will throw a little shade and somebody will catch it and throw it back. But the fact that you weren't there to actually defend yourself made it kind of like, okay, I could also see where you would see that Jay Wilson may have, should have said something to kind of be like, well, now, he's not here to defend himself, so we won't go there. But nonetheless, I did not find it to be something where we could, where it was like, whoa, 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 whoa. It was like, okay, I know he was being shady. However, after that, when you called me, you were like, well, why didn't you call me and tell me what he said? I said, because it wasn't important. Or I didn't find it to be anything important. It did kind of, because once you put something out there on YouTube, you know how people run with it. So for him not saying, for him just saying that, I knew it was probably going to be somewhat problematic.
I think that Cap just kind of just spoke to that. He said he didn't feel like it was even a big of a deal. So he didn't feel the need to tell me about it or to necessarily check L Teddy about it. But I'll let you answer that question yourself.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was nothing to check him about. And in regard, it's his opinion. And we all have them like assholes. So, it's like, cool, thank you. You only give energy into something that you believe to be true. If you don't believe it to be true, or whomever I may be dating, at the end of the day, it's none of his damn business, nor is it anybody else's who I choose to date. So, thank you for your opinion, but I'm going to keep it moving. So that's basically how I looked at it. And, there's no slight to him, even though, whatever. That's just how I looked at it. So it was nothing to address or check. Now, had the situation been different and, hypothetically speaking, if I was in fact doing it, then yeah, you would definitely get checked, because that's not going to happen.
I think that's what some people, some issues are, like the optics is. I think that why didn't anybody check him with CTV being, because I guess some people are saying that it would have been just as much as everybody else's responsibility to check L, just as much as it was Jay's to check L.
I could see that, but I guess me knowing the person in that regard, to where in which at any moment you could get a little shady dig, it was like, you know, like for one, I know you can hold your own, so there's no like, and at the end of the day, it's Jay Wilson's platform.
But I'm always the bad guy when I hold my own.
Well,
when
no,
I hold my own,
because you have a tendency to, like, it's one thing to make your statement and keep it moving, but you enjoy scalping people, like, and that's the problem.
That's
like,
not true.
You do.
Can't even.
You do. You're a Scorpio. Listen, you're a Scorpio.
That has nothing to do with it.
Now listen, by that I mean this: when you feel attacked, or kind of, where you have to kind of go out, you'll sting. You know what I'm saying? And whomever may kind of be in the realm of that, they just get it. And so, it's like.
But would you also not? I'm not going to deny that I don't go apocalyptic, but do you also agree with what I said earlier, that I also settle and put up with a lot of shit and flex a lot of patience? I mean, we are talking about something that I didn't even confront until almost a year later after it happened. So yes, I do. I will rip, but
that's not necessarily true. That's not necessarily true, though, because you did mention it. You mentioned it the following gentleman's panel. You mentioned it then. But I just think
that I handled it well, or did I scalp him?
No, I mean you handled it well, but I just feel like,
so that's my point. I don't just go for the kill.
No. But I feel like what happened was, it was a multitude of things. One, you had just left the panel, so people were already looking like, oh, he left the panel, so they're looking for you to, spill some tea or dirt or whatever. So since the attention was already there, it was like, well, since I got your attention now, let me then address this issue once again. So that's why I was kind of like,
but that issue wasn't right. But I already done let it be known what the context of me bringing that shit was. El Teddy took it personal because he was the catalyst for the point I was making about PASA. So he was collateral damage. Me bringing up the situation had to do with talking about how PASA allows the optics to look jacked up because there's no social awareness. And I also didn't give a fuck about throwing L into the ring because, bitch, you had my name in your dick sucker. I don't give a fuck how you feel about what I feel about you having my name in your dick sucker. I don't give a fuck if you feel like I waited a year, bitch. It's my feeling to wait a year on. I don't give these hoes my attention when they want it. Bitch, you get my attention by appointment only. I would never give up my current peace of mind. I will let God bring me around to Mad Day. And if that's 347 motherfucking days later, that's when appointment time is here. Hi, I'm Conscious TV. How are you, L? Yeah, that shit you said 347 days ago? Yes, sweetie. What's good? I don't give a damn how these hoes feel about that shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't.
Okay.
Because my mama raised me to believe if you don't start no shit, won't be no shit. Because at the end of the day, your name L is in the middle because you had my name in your fucking mouth, and had you subtracted my name from your fucking mouth, there wouldn't have been nothing 9 months later for you and I to have to clear up. And might I add, we ain't got shit clear either.
Okay. Yeah, so yeah, that happened. And yeah. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, moving along. Okay, so that conversation happens, and then boom, the next thing people see is you posting your side. And
yeah, because I heard that there was a lot of disparaging things said. And I found it to be a bit disheartening because, I mean, granted, I ain't trying to be the peacemaker with everybody, because there are some people that I, don't particularly care for because I don't see it for them or see them, period. So, and that's fine and dandy, and I could coexist. but I just thought it was a bit much. Like there's nothing I said about anybody that was disparaging to any degree. I've always been respectful, whether we get along or not. I just keep it moving. So I just felt it was a bit out of place, and a little surprised by it, that this word that everybody keeps throwing around is collateral damage. And it's just like, no, I come from a place where if you got an issue with somebody, you deal with that person. Other people don't get dragged into whomever is addressing you or you are addressing. I just think that's just straight weak. But whatever. So I got thrown into this, and it went from something he said in regards to you to me alone. And I was just like, when did that happen? But whatever. I mean, like I said, it's a clear sign of deflection, and I really don't. I mean, I don't see it for people who can't directly speak to the person who's addressing them. They kind of speak to other people. I don't rock like that. If I have an issue with you or something that you've done, then I'm talking to you directly. So I don't get it.
I'm gonna be honest. I felt like that was a very strange as well. I think the perfect word is deflection. I wasn't quite sure why me stating that he could call you, since he made me aware that he has spoken to you several times and could call you right now. So I just encourage him to do just that if that's what he wanted to do, since he needed clarity about what he said months back. And I let it be known that I didn't dream a genie. I didn't dream that you shaded me, girl. I spoke to Cap, and he also felt like you did him too much. So how that translated to him as, now I'm going to go in on my so-called friend who I've spoken to several times, who I could call right now, rather than actually giving you that phone call and saying, hey, CTV made this comment to me. And I just want to be clear about what that even means, or what actually happened in the conversation. So I also was confused about why he came for your neck, because even what I said to him did not warrant him coming for you at all. And I'm going to even press the gas a little bit more. If you're saying to me, L, that this person is your friend, I'm going to assume, because I don't know ish about you at this point, that you are a grown man and you are in friendships with other grown men. And so if your friend does find something that you do to be unbecoming, that as a man, you can appreciate that, because friends are able to constructively critique and criticize people who they're actually friends with. So what if I told you that Captivating also felt like the behavior was extra? If that's how he felt, that's how he felt. And your behavior was unbecoming, because you don't know me once again.
Well, I can speak on that for myself, though. I just felt like it was a bit out of place. I mean, like you said, you didn't know him, he didn't know you. So, I mean, to say that is like, cool, you may not see it because, of course, for the show, it may be amped up a little bit. We do sometimes have a little cheeky back and forth. But, certain things is like, if you put it out there, you put it out there for a reason. So when you did that, of course, you did that for a reason. Jay Wilson has a following, so
you know that it's live. You know that this is being archived.
Right. So all of that. So when you said it, you didn't just say it as if it was just us in a room and you said it. And I was, no, you said it for a reason or a reaction. So that part was a bit like, okay, But again, like I said, I knew it was at the same time just being a bit shady. But I, on the other hand, was not going to deter you from your response, because you had every right to respond, because he was addressing you.
Thank you for being sane enough to understand
that you were going to address it in whatever fashion you saw fit, and then that was just it on that.
Well, let me ask you this question. So did you consider L a friend? Like, what at that time, what would you have considered y'all relationship to be?
We were cool. I mean, I would,
Okay.
we were cool. We were cool. That's all I'll say about that. We were cool.
Okay. Okay. And y'all haven't had an opportunity to speak since all of that took place.
No. Mm-mm.
No. Okay. Are
There's been
you open to a dialogue? Are you open to an apology possibly? Is
for
that
what?
something you would be receptive to
For what?
for the things that he said?
No, I figure you say what you say, you stand in it. So stand in it.
Okay.
You good, I'm good. No worries.
Okay. I have a question. So after I departed, I heard that a few of y'all shared y'all sentiments about Jay's shadiness towards me and the optics, etc., and that y'all did personally express that to him behind the scenes. That's what I was hearing.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I said, I publicly said it to him. I privately said it to him that I did not necessarily agree with how he handled that. I thought that it was not cool. It was not cool at all. Regardless, we still, should have a level of respect for one another, whether it's the hot topic, for the week, whatever we may be dealing with, that we deserve the respect to at least you let us share our story and keep your opinion to yourself. Like, keep it to yourself.
Okay. I am Brooks wanted to ask, why did you leave the panel? Because that was going to be my next question. Is we know that Rebel went live the day before the final panel and let it be known that he was departing, but it seemed to be clear that he didn't even know that this was going to be the end of the gentleman's panel. So what did you understand about the final show? Did you understand that that was going to be the final show?
There was nothing to understand. I was, like I said, when it happened to you, I felt some type of way. Could you please just take that down?
Hi, Brianna. Hush.
When it happened to you, I felt some type of way, and that was kind of the camel that, the straw that broke the camel's back for me. I did not, I didn't appreciate it at all. I'm not going to go into detail what was said. You guys can watch that for yourselves. I just felt that we should not be we should be if we're going to sit on a panel, we should definitely be supporting one another in our endeavors, and not trying to tear at whatever it is somebody could be going after. And the fact that that kept being like the underlying story, yeah, I had enough, and I expressed that, and that was that. I gave whomever the space and opportunity for them to say what they needed to say first, but I was done. And that was that. No love lost, definitely all due respect, but I was really done with there being different levels and standards of kind of respecting each other and just being honest to what it to what it really was.
Okay. I think that Rebel is about to join us as well. So you're saying that the circumstances around me leaving was it opened. So are you saying that you made up your mind then that?
Yeah, I was already, like I said, I was already, I was pretty kind of like, okay, that wasn't cool. And this was just it for me. Having it done a second time was a bit like, okay, I'm not going to keep having this discussion about what it looks like. Because if you don't see what it looks like, it does not look great at all. It does not look good. Like, using like an analogy of The View or any other show like that. Like, although they may not like what's her name, Sydney McCain or whatever, they may not like the McCain girl. They don't go hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? They'll say, you know, she's whatever, and they keep it moving. It's like to keep jabbing at something when somebody is trying to do something and you know what they're doing. And that's the part that got me the most. It's like, it's not like you have no idea what is possibly in the works for this person. You know exactly what possibly could be in the works for this person, and yet you still continuously digging and digging and digging as you had a purpose to, I guess, what? Totally remove the person from, or take down the whole thing. Not cool. Not cool. If you're going to respect, then respect wholeheartedly. You may not like it. You may not agree with it. And that's cool. You have every right to not agree. But to know that your panel member, the person that you ride for, the person that you back, you know, even if they have a situation where you know perfectly they can handle themselves, was beyond, like, I didn't get that. I didn't get that. So yeah, it was enough for me that I had to I just said I'm good on that, because it's not even what I was, not even that I signed up, but even when I was asked to join, that's not what I envisioned it to be. At the end of the day, I envisioned it to be a group of us sharing a brotherhood, a camaraderie that we, at the end of the day, we may not always agree, but we at least respected one another enough and our visions for what we wanted for our own platforms and what we wanted for our futures. And the fact that that was not carried out, made me, look at everything like, okay, I'm not here for it.
You are a really nice guy, and what you just said actually makes me realize how sad the situation actually is. Father God. I think we had a commenter say, did you feel like there was a lack of respect? And Rebel is about to join the stream. I think this is Rebel here. Hold on. Let me make sure there ain't nobody porn bombing me, bitch. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. That's the real deal. Okay. Hi, Rebel.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay, because I hear like something. I think I have an extra window open.
You probably do. You're so extra. What's going on?
Oh, I'm extra.
You know what? Don't do me. What's going on?
You know what? I think that hold on. Let me get something off of here. Hello?
Yes.
Okay. I was gonna say I definitely after you left, I had a conversation about I don't know if it was with you captivating about I just think like the optics of it either. What was going on? What Conscious was talking about, the whole Larry Reid thing. I just didn't think it could have been touched up on. I don't care what types of clicks and views it got. I don't think it should have been brought to the panel because it was going to be a conflict of interest with that as well. If because he may have liked Daryl or Larry, I wouldn't have made that be and I don't think it should have been handled like it was, but you know, we're all adults. So
yeah. Well, I also wanted to tell you, Rebel, too, like, because you also reached out to me. You called me, I think the next day, or you called me later on that day, I think, and you know what I'm saying, like, you just told me, you know, you wish, you know, like everything was cool, and you was, you know, kissing on my little cheek and everything, and I appreciated it. Official King Payne had appreciated it too. I mean, not appreciated it, but he also had called me too. But I was when your commentary came, Rebel, I thought it was interesting because I was like, wow, Rebel, like you basically articulated your plight in a way more professional manner than I did. I just kind of got just a little ratchet with it, but you pretty much were feeling the way that I was feeling. You just packaged it a bit more digestible than I did. Because when I was listening to you talk about why you would be leaving the panel and the optics, I was like, yeah, I mean, this is exactly why. It's like, because for me, I'm just like, Pastor is running this thing. He's the head of this thing. He chose us all, and he's the oldest one. Very, very much so the oldest one out of all of us. And I'm thinking to myself, how are you shading your own panel members? How are you talking about my Patreon? How are you trying to get all up in my business and a conversation that's not about my business? How are you on a panel with Rebel? You say he was one of the first people on the platform to know your true tea about you liking Peen. And yet you're also dragging a show because it's not really about a allegiance to Sean Bradley. It's not even about an allegiance to the show. It's about the fact that how can I sit up here and support you and you don't have enough respect to support me? And if you want to talk about the show, but you have somebody from the show on the panel, why not just talk about who you actually don't like on the show rather than dragging or degrading or being foul about the entire project, which your good Judy on this panel is part of. It just doesn't look good. You can't make that make sense. It looks like it looks. It's shady. It's dualistic as hell. It's fake as fuck. And I don't understand how somebody isn't aware enough to get it. Like, how don't you get that?
And then the thing is, what I had to address, there were other lives being done, and on one particular live, one person was like, well, Rebel, if he's been like this, and he was talking about the show, why didn't you leave earlier if he's talking about the show? When he first started addressing the show, I looked at it as, you know what, he's just getting something off his chest. This is going to be one or two lives he do about it and keep it moving. Or, him and Sean Bradley, they can post up and go at it. That wasn't my fight. His experience with Sean Bradley wasn't my experience with Sean Bradley. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't inserting myself in that. And I had a history with Jay. So I felt, okay, he's going to respect that I am a part of something going forward, and he's not going to speak up on it. But when he continuously spoke up on it, it was problematic for me because I can't sit somewhere and you're constantly having full panels talking about something disparagingly that I'm a part of.
Right. So let me ask you this question then, because I know that I had attempted to, tell Pastor to keep my motherfucking name out his mouth while I was still a part of the gentleman's panel before the shit hit the fan. Did you ever have an opportunity to have a private discussion with him and give your sentiments? Was there ever any real kind of man-to-man talk about the way you were starting to feel? Or did you just kind of let it slide and see if it would just get better in time?
I just let it slide to see if it was going to get better with time. So wait, hold up. Wait. So how am I wild card? Is that Brianna? Is Brianna wild card?
No, Brianna is actually in the chat as herself. I think that wild card is a separate. There's a separate.
Okay. Because Rebel really out here acting brand new. How is Rebel acting brand new? How am I acting brand new? See, it's that type of bull BS that that part.
I'm guessing you can say bullshit because he's been cursing.
Yeah, I'm a cussing queen over here, so you can let have.
Because the thing is, people have to understand, if I came in this sector and I was supported by Jay Wilson, Phi Babe in the beginning, I just don't turn against people like that. But if I see that you are not meaning the best for me, yes, I'm going to say something about it. We have family members that you handle with a long handle spoon because they may be a little bit grimy. So I handled it with a long handle spoon, but then when it became a bit of a burden, I felt I had to address it. Well, Brianna, it would be in your best interest to respect Conscious Platform. Yes, I do think it would be in your best interest, honey. But no, what were you saying, Conscious?
Play nice, my gods and goddesses. Okay. So y'all never had an opportunity.
Yeah.
So let me ask you
His experience. Jay could talk about his experience with the show. I don't have an issue, y'all.
Right.
That's what I keep saying. Jay could speak about his experience, but if it's the constant thing saying the show is fake or is this or is that, it's like you're going forward with it and you're keeping this going forth. I have a problem because I am still an active member of the show.
Yes. So, well, some people speculated that Jay was pressed and jealous. Do you think that there was some jealousy behind you still being a chosen one and you still having a relationship to Sean? Do you think that he was taking any of that out on you indirectly or even intentionally? That was his way of kind of lugging on your wig a little bit and being like, excuse me?
You know what? I don't know where it was coming from. I don't know was there any ulterior motive. And I would hope not. Let me say this. I would hope there wasn't an ulterior motive, and I hope he was just operating, for the clicks and views. But the clicks and views weren't going to be at my expense.
Right. Right. So when you gave your kind of lasting words, like, did you know that the panel was going to be over as a finale? Because when you kind of told us you were leaving, it seemed like you didn't even know that the coming Thursday was going to be the final show.
Well, I knew me leaving, because that was a narrative, like as if I was trying to sabotage the gentleman's panel by leaving. And one person in the chat was saying, okay, would Rebel Rebel knew it?
She is keeping the peace, Rebel. Okay, to just continue on, boo. Continue on.
Okay, yeah. So we could be peaceful, Brianna. We can coexist. Yes.
Yes. See, all things are possible over here on CTV's platform. Oh yes. Go ahead, Rebel. Okay.
But as I was saying, yeah, but my stance has merit for me. I don't give a fuck what your stance is. But so as I was saying, I think that when the person said, well, he knew what he was doing, he was trying to sabotage. No, I was going to still keep it moving. I didn't want the downfall of the gentleman's panel. Why?
Right.
Why?
And let's be very clear, it wasn't necessarily a downfall. It was just the views were different. I mean, what I consider to be something that I've spent a year and change on and has not missed an episode, has been present for every single show. I felt like, and have contributed to the intro and other things to the show. So I just felt like, where's the respect? Like, where's the respect? None of us have ever gone on to any of our channels when it involved the set person, if any of the drama he was in, and questioned his, I'm just saying that because, once you said your piece about him, that was, it was a,
let me shut the fuck up.
No, I didn't say all that. But I'm just saying that, none of us have ever said anything to him or questioned anything that he's done. We stayed out of it. And had the panel, and people would constantly, if they had an issue with him, they'd bring in the gentleman's panel. If they had an issue with him, they would bring in the gentleman's panel. So in the same vein, it's like, if I'm doing something outside of the gentleman's panel and you may not like other people involved, keep your peace, speak on them. Don't try to deter what I'm trying to do because you don't like the person who may be involved. That, not cool.
And the thing is, when people say Jay Wilson was who he was, I have said on numerous occasions, Jay Wilson is about clicks and views. Because see, there's a difference. I'm one of those YouTubers that came on because of it being a hobby. There are those of us that looked at it as something to do, get on, talk with people, and keep it moving. I didn't look at as a secondary form of income. I didn't even get on YouTube saying, okay, I can make money doing YouTube. I could very well get on here and do parodies. I need to check my stats with my views. Because if I wanted to, I got videos that got 9,000-10,000 views as well. But the thing is, I don't have to do that all the time because I just don't feel like doing it all the time. It's a luxury for me. It's a hobby. So I thought with Jay being about money, I didn't think it would be at the expense of a panel member because we had never been in that area of, he and I had never operated on that spectrum before. And that's it.
Somebody asked in the comment section, well, so to that question, I'm gonna answer that question too. Like, what do people expect? I didn't know what to expect. I'm the kind of person where I give bitches a lot of room to decide what their fate is when it comes to me. I don't go into any situation being disrespectful, which is why I felt slighted about that long neck ass raggedy bitch L coming for me, because I'm just like, girl, I don't even lead from that energy. I come into every room with the hello, how you doing? Like, I don't want no problems with nobody, but if you want to go there, we can make it. That is perfectly fine, but I don't lead from that energy. So when it came to Wilson, I didn't know Wilson prior to doing the panel. I saw him passingly when all of the T.S. Madison shit was going on and the Kaya beef, because that's how a lot of us kind of intersected at one point in time. But I was never subscribed to him. I never was a regular on his platform or anything. So I expected a mature 60-year-old man. That's all I expected. I expected somebody who was just a real adult. And I thought I was reasonable to expect that, considering that I don't really know him like that at all. So that was my expectation. My expectation was to sit on a panel with a 50-year-old man and him act like a 50-year-old man.
You know what? And just to add to that, you know, just because you come into something that happens to be about whatever it's about, you are your own person. You can make it what you want, and you know, people will gravitate to it. So I wish we would all get out of this space that because you here, you have to beef, you have to, you know, go at it with people.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, you will, you know, there will come a moment where either somebody's going to try you or whatever, and you can make that choice to either, you know, answer that person or not answer them. But it's all in you. Like, I really don't understand how it's like, if you don't do this over here, then you shouldn't be over here. It's YouTube. You can be anywhere the hell you want to be. You know, if you look at the shows that are suggested to you, it don't say B sector. It's anything. You know what I'm saying? You looking at hair, makeup, all types of stuff. So it's like, come on, y'all. Let's not get into this.
Because some people are comfortable being with the bullshit, Christian, all the time. That's their comfort level, keeping shit stirred up all the time.
Well, this question is definitely directed toward you, Rebel. Do you feel the same way about Jay trashing your friend Bama Girl? I guess as you do about the show, as him trashing the show, do you feel that way about him trashing Bama?
Wait, can you hear me still?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Well, first off, y'all, come on, y'all. We're in a sector that people fall out and on all the time. People get into it. People that you like. If me and Conscious get into it, me and Captivating get into it, or do you think y'all are going to stop liking? If you met Captivating through me, did you stop liking him because of me and him falling out when you liked him just last week? And with Bama and Jay Wilson, they're good right now. At one point, they weren't good. You see how that works? Because a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, Jay Wilson and Bama Girl were not good. They were not good. Well, let me say several months ago, Bama and Jay Wilson were not good. So now that Bama and Fire are not getting along, and they're not good, so Jay and Bama are good again. What do you suppose? I supposed to jump back and forth like a goddamn yo-yo? Am I supposed to? I'm not inserting myself in it. I stay the fuck out of it. That's it.
Woo child.
I like, Bama and I are good. I have Bama's number. We're good.
So while we're there, I do want to address this as well. Can we all collectively like just have a little like 2-minute segue into this whole idea that the panel is boring? Because this is my personal perspective about a lot of the criticism that the panel was boring. Okay. First of all, I knew that wasn't completely true because, bitch, I'm not boring. Okay. I drag, I roast, I report, I teach, I raise the dead over here on my panel personally on my platform. So anyway, IB is not going to be motherfucking boring. But this was also a part of like a lot of the ideas for rebranding behind the scenes that we were all trying to do in terms of taking the Gentleman's Panel to the next level, because we understood that a lot of the current audience of the Gentleman Panel were residual fans of the initial versions of the panel. And we know the stark contrast between the energy of that panel and the energy of the final panel, because by the time I was recruited and asked to come on board, the Gentleman's Panel was doing like real life topics. It wasn't about dragging and roasting and sending innuendos to other content creators. It was about real life, God, politics, current events, real life shit that obviously probably are going to be of a disinterest if
people like a train wreck, Conscious. They like a train wreck.
Look, I'm trying to be politically correct here.
Let's call the bullshit what it is. People like to see the excitement of us cursing each other out. They like somebody spilling tea. That it's the YouTube version of the Bad Girls Club is going to get more views at the end of the day.
I mean, and that's fine and dandy, and people could say my channel is boring. I mean, I don't think so. But when you go to check out your health care because something's wrong with you and you realize you don't have it no more because it got taken away from you from your politician, then you'll probably find my channel quite entertaining because you would have known who took it. But that's the thing. We can't just be one track minded, because at the end of the day, there are things that are happening outside of this bubble that we sit in front of from time to time that it's affecting our communities. So we have to understand that, and we have to kind of step away from that and realize, hey, there's stuff that's really affecting us as a whole. So again, the coming after each other, dragging each other, whatever you want to call it, it's fun from time to time, but that doesn't have to be everything. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I feel like this.
Well, let me okay. Are we still coming back to this again? Because this question is stupid as fuck. But let me address it. First off, they all got along at one time. Mm-hmm. And I was cool with them all at one time.
Lord.
Now that they've all fallen out with each other, what the fuck I supposed to do? I'm supposed to jump. These are three people that have fallen out with each other at different times. Five Babe and Jay Wilson they fell out and they became cool again. I was still cool with both of them. Jay Wilson and Bama fell out. They got cool again. You see, subscribers have to be mindful of stop jumping from pillar to post, over the fence, back over the fence. They're not going to like each other. I'm not inserting myself. Even if I didn't agree with some of the shit, they all talked about each other at one time or another. They were all going at each other. Why the fuck am I in that? I am not in that. Leave me the fuck out of it. And I keep telling you motherfuckers that. Bitch, are you stupid?
I do want to co-sign you, Rebel. I do feel like what viewers have to be reminded of is that we see a lot of people do the most to fall out and then be right back friendly. And so sometimes you got to reserve your own goddamn energy and not get involved in every debacle, because just tomorrow motherfuckers can be all over it.
Hello?
Yeah, and you'll be out here looking stupid as hell, sitting up here going after somebody, and then next week they the best of friends.
Okay.
I mean, people have been on here showing people's mothers pictures either dead in caskets or alive and well, talking about they going side by side pictures, talking about they look like the same person, and other people saying they would never in life speak to these person again, and they are the best of friends. Best of friends.
And that's the reason I stayed a fuck out.
So I call bullshit on all of it. It's fine, you know, like do what you do. That's your business. I you know, whatever. But it's what they do, and it's, you know, it's hypocritical. You sit there and look like, okay, I thought that you would never speak to this person or never associate yourself with this person ever. You said ever, and there you are. You know, y'all the best of friends. Come on, save it. And it could just be for a common enemy or whatever. But then at the end of the day, really, seriously, like we got to team up.
Or they'll be like, because you're on the panel, Conscious. They'll say, I liked Conscious. Then you leave. Oh no, he was poisoned for the gentleman's panel.
Bitch, fuck you too. Fuck you too, ho. Fuck you too. All you motherfucking dingleberry head assholes who has something to say about me leaving the motherfucking panel, bitch, I wasn't up there for your view and pleasure, bitch. Unfortunately, it was a unanimous agreement that I would be on board, bitch. The panel liked Conscious TV. So all you raggedy ass, bum ass, non-shrimp, no good living, eating ass motherfucking hoes who felt the motherfucking way, okay? I want you on a 170-degree day to suck my pussy when it's real fishy, real sharky outside, okay?
Okay, calamari. Listen, the thing is, Conscious, they'll say that about each of us when we leave the panel. They say that about all of us.
Let me tell you what happened, Rebel. I visited, it was somebody's stream, and it was, you know, addressing the situation. I don't know who platform it was. I just remember sitting right on that motherfucker, going down the whole stream. Block, 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 bitch. You ain't got to worry about it, girl. You will be in the skybox over in this motherfucker. But go ahead.
But no, it's just the thing of subscribers have to understand, because subscribers come on here and they'll be like, we like Rebel. Then I get into it with one of the other YouTubers that they like, and then they'll be like, well, he was fake, he was this, he was that. But you were singing my praises just last week. Now, were you just being a fake bitch then? And you're being real now? Because what face do I have to look at when I address you? It's ridiculous.
Mama's and sister and Big Papa said, did the reconciliation between Tracy and Jay Wilson play a factor at all?
No, absolutely not. The thing was, Tracy knew that if Tracy got out of line with me and Tracy could definitely spar with each other. So I don't dictate who you be friends with. Will I entertain? If I sat on the gentleman's panel and Jay would have wanted Il Teddy or any other people I didn't fuck with coming on, I would have kindly excused myself. Like an after show or something. That's why I don't do after shows. When y'all did the after show and those people jumped on, I wasn't putting myself up there because I knew I don't fuck with them.
Baby. So
Fluffy stuff, you did miss that. You did miss why I left.
Huh? What happened?
No, somebody had asked
why you left?
Yeah. Just
I think you already had explained, though.
I did. So you got to rewind it back, girl.
Oh,
so,
I mean, but you can speak to it if you want to again. I mean, you can let them know why you left.
I mean, it's like repeating myself, but I just did not. I didn't like the way things were going. I just felt like the first time it happened was already enough for me. Second time, you don't get a third. You don't get a third because it won't be me that you do that to. So no, I'd rather not sit on somewhere where the people are not, that we're all not being respected for anything we may do outside, even if you don't like somebody who happens to participate in it. I think that's not fair, especially when we give you the utmost respect. So,
and then stay out of other people, y'all. I can't just I hope I could just wish I had a funnel to put it in your brains. Content creators are gonna fall out, and they're gonna fall on and off with each other. If you are a subscriber, don't sing someone's praise and all of a sudden you find a way to not like them next week because they've fallen out with someone that's more of your fave. And when they get back together and you're jumping in their chat saying, you know what, I was wrong, I like you again. Yeah, really? Now you like me again because we're back, we're talking again. Now you're coming back into my chat kissing my ass. No, I can't roll with that.
You and I think Elected Soul, baby. It's an interesting dynamic here.
It's clearly someone's troll page.
Do you want to speak to that, or you want me to keep
No,
flowing?
I don't want.
Okay.
My energy. I don't want to put energy into.
How do y'all feel about Fluffy saying, I like everyone who has been a part of the panel, but it did seem to lack passion most episodes? Do y'all feel like we fell flat sometimes? Do y'all feel like how do y'all feel?
I'll speak to that first. Like with anything, everybody's not going to be on every episode. There are going to be some episodes where, although the material was delivered, maybe other things was going on that it wasn't quite what it gave, but we still delivered. I mean, the topics were still brought forth. Whenever they were brought, I mean, that's no concern to the audience as long as we deliver the show that we need to deliver. So, I mean, again, it's all in what you take out of it. I can't, everybody doesn't have a great show all the time. Some people, it's like, it was okay, and keep it moving. But you should be able to know that about yourself or know that about the episode. And then the next time you strive to make the next episode better. And that's all you can do. But when you have a supportive backing and everybody kind of going for the same goal into improving and making it better, then really that's the only way that happens. But, when you lack that in some ways, you're left like, okay, well, who's thrilling or who's really pushing this train? Because you see that the actual people who are just panelists are the far more people that are pushing for this train to go, and you got the conductor back here or the engineer back here just like and to that whole thing, just to add that, oh, I was tired, and I'm gonna just respectfully say that was bullshit, because that was never said. Because if had that been said,
okay,
we could have went a whole different direction. And that's all I'm gonna say in regards to that. No,
well, I'm about to finish what you just said.
I'm just being truthful because we've had discussions about wanting to push it further because there were other shows on the horizon and we already knew what it was. We were like, hey, if we don't upgrade this other show is going to overshadow.
If we don't upgrade the show called CTV is getting the fuck on. Was my attitude, because it was a no-go. And in terms of just to give people a very clear description of the type of bullshit that was going on with the conductor, is the conductor would come on, the head bitch in charge would come on claiming that they were so tired, this, that, and the third, and would give a lackluster performance, but then go right on to his own platform right after the gentleman's panel and be on Raising Hell and Cutting the Fool and being messy for 2-3 hours. So all of that type of behavior and inconsistency was just like, girl, this ain't worth it for me. First of all, it's not growing my platform. I don't get paid a single motherfucking dime to do this. And thirdly, the goddamn conductor don't appreciate anybody who brings anything to the fucking table and is himself completely disinterested in his own goddamn project, which other people are attempting to level and save on his behalf. So damn right, bitch, I'm deuces. And on top of that, you a fake ass, ratchet ass, hypocritical asshole on top of that and got me completely fucked up. I'm definitely gone. And the only reason why I was not gone is because the nigga who initially asked me to come on as a guest, Captivating Christian, we had built such a bond and a relationship, and I saw what he saw in the panel, which was potential. And so when I would have those moments, I would just be telling myself, "Girl, I'm ready to go."
I was telling them they catch that tea.
Oh, shut up, bro.
Don't start that, please.
But I was like, girl, like, you know, like on his and Captivating knows how much of a team player I am. Like I might come off as a wild ass witchcraft, crazy ass, probably loyal to a fault asshole, whatever the case may be. But the truth is, I'm very submissive and I'm very caring. And I'm very long suffering, and I do things. I do most things in my life on behalf of other people. And so when Captivating would say, "Nigga, I respect any choice you want to make, but you know, I want you to stay." And because I had a soft spot for him, I would just stay. And I wasn't mad.
You know,
I wasn't mad about staying. I was just like, okay, because if it wasn't for there being something in this that is like giving me a reason to show up, I would definitely be out for my own personal reasons. I would be gone. But I was like, well, you want me to stay? I'm going to stay. You wouldn't kill me to stay. And I also want to say this too. Another crazy ass part about being connected to the panel was the fact that we all get dragged into the bullshit.
Right. Thank you, Rebel.
We all get dragged into the bullshit. Like, because you out there, Pastor, fucking up every relationship that you've ever come into contact with. We all now got to be a part of some, you know, we all got to be a part of the judgment seat. We all got to be, the panel itself got to be born. But I want to make this point too, goddammit. I wish that those who called themselves reviewing the panel at some point would have also realized that it's not that the panel was necessarily boring. It just wasn't your cup of tea, and it's fine. It just wasn't.
But let's just say this, that the same people that was talking crap, sometimes their political commentary was crappy. So, you know,
that's
it's
true,
like,
because we see what those views look like when y'all ain't beefing. So let's talk about it. You right, Cap. You right. You hit it on the nail, baby. The same thing can be said about everybody else when they deviate from the bullshit. What those clicks and those views look like.
And they all know this. Stop talking about mess on your platform. Talk about a new recipe or talk about what's going on in the country. You're not gonna get the same views. Let's just keep it real.
What's going on with your pregnancy? Talking about, you know, how many months alone you are. Talk about that kind of stuff. Leave everybody else. You know, talk about that and see how far your views go.
Shout out to Sean Bradley in the house. I'm kind. Shout out to the Bradley. Shout out to the show, honey.
Hey, SB. I didn't see him in the chat.
Yeah, he just shared the video. So my question to you, Rebel, is, could just like clear it completely up for the folk. You are not leaving. You did not leave the panel because you have some over expectation in another project. You just didn't like the fact that the project was being goddamn shaded by somebody who you got that level of proximity to.
That's it in a nutshell. That's totally it. It was because I kept saying, and I saw other people on their platforms saying, you know, why does he keep saying Sean Bradley? Why does he keep saying? Because I want you guys to get it in your heads that there's no puppeteer behind the scenes saying, "Go, Rebel, do as I say, I command you, go." And no, it wasn't, because they act like they act like he's Professor Charles Xavier with mind tricks behind the scenes, and he's telling us what to do and sending his troops out to go. And no, it was just me saying that because I knew they were going to say it was him that Rebel stopped, because those people, it must have been Ty or Sean Bradley trying to tell him, you know, he had to check Jay Wilson. No, I came to that decision on my own. That was it.
Wow.
Oh, there go my big brother. Hey, Rico.
Yeah, Rico in the house. Rico was being in the building. I'm just scrolling down, seeing some of these goddamn comments. Conscious TV, you're entitled to put a bunch of spiritual anger. You always be the underdog because you always speak your truth. And you know, I'm cool with that. You know, I don't come on this motherfucker to be like, I don't give a single flying pussy fuck what a bitch think, feel, whatever bitch. I'll be parking lot thought. I'll be hoe. I'll be witch. I'll be every motherfucker that I would die on all them hills. So I don't give a fuck. Okay, I come on here to be creative, to talk my shit, to drop gems, and to be the catalyst that any bitch needs to get anywhere in their mind and in their self-awareness. The rest of that shit ain't got nothing to do with me, honey, because when this shit goes off, bitch, I am getting, you know what, let me not be vulgar. I'm living a good life, okay? So it's of no concern what public opinion is. Let me ask this question. Is everybody here, what is everybody's relationship to Pastor right now? Like,
What, you blocking my mug?
oh, you know what? Okay. Straight from the comment section, boo. I got it. What is everybody's relationship to
Cute
Pastor
girl.
now?
Right.
Huh?
No, he said cute girl. I said right. I mean, it's the same that it's been. I mean, there was no conversation afterwards. Like usually if it wasn't about the show, you didn't communicate. So again, it's not going to be necessarily anything that'll change. I mean, we don't do a show anymore. So would there necessarily be a reason to communicate? And I'll leave that at that.
And I think that Jay has constantly said we're co-workers. So I'm neither here nor there with that. I'm not going to get on my platform and go after Jay because again, I'm not going to go just attacking someone like that. He hasn't said anything outright. The shade for the show, I didn't agree with it. I kept it moving. We're good in that aspect. Jay and I don't call each other on a weekly basis. We don't talk weekly. We don't say, hey, how's your day been? I have friends that are here in Houston that I talk to all the time, or not enough. So, you know, that's it. Me and Jay are acquaintances. And you know, when people use the term friend, it's very loosely used a lot of times. We're friendly with each other,
More associates or just, you know.
yeah, I mean, I won't go on and attack this man because, you know, he hasn't attacked me outright. It was just I wasn't feeling how he was moving, you know, talking about something that I was a part of. And that's it.
Right. I mean, to be honest, I just felt like there should have been more transparency. Like even for the last show, if it's in fact going to be the last show, why not be transparent and just say, well, you know, I wasn't tired. You know, everybody felt for their own reasons that they wanted to go their separate ways. So I decided to call it because that was the truth of the matter.
Hey, Miss Pizarro. Hey, Wiley. Hi. Damn, I was just gonna ask y'all something. Fuck me in my ass.
Okay.
What was you just talking about?
You're triggering me now. What?
It was something y'all just said. Oh, well, to the point of the conductor. So with Pastor, honestly, what draws people in initially, because this is what drew me in about Pastor. If you put the narcissism aside, if you put the lack of actual identity aside, if you put the immaturity aside, if you put the shenanigans aside, if you put all of that aside, there is a very charming, sweet, fun person that's there. But you learn after some time, if you get close enough, that alongside that charmingness and that humor comes the narcissism, the immaturity, the lack of awareness. Then it just ends up ultimately eclipsing who he is as a person, and then you end up finding yourself at odds. And I think it's a shame because a past that has it in him to be a likable person. And I think as long as you are afar from him, as long as you're just in the comment section, even though it's clear with 90% of the sector disliking him that even they get it from afar. But I feel like if at least you're at afar, you probably are having a better experience of Passer from afar. But up close, it's a chop for me. It's a chop for me. It's not enough substance there. It's not enough awareness there. And I can see how I can like Passer, but Passer is with all the shits that I'm not with. And I think everybody unanimously up here agrees that a little respect just would have gone a long way, and just being mindful of your panel brothers. That literally would have, people would have been here today had that been the case. And not only would this version of the panel have been around, I think the first version of the panel would have stuck around as well, had there just been a little bit of tact and cool. And so when you find that you yourself are the common denominator, if you a real ass nigga, you would take a real ass look in God's mirror, not your bathroom mirror, but in God's mirror at yourself and really address why the fuck you keep ending up with no allyship, why the fuck you keep ending up having to restart again, literally having to restart again. Those are real questions and resolve that a man his age should be interested in asking himself. Because at the end of the day, you play here, but you're gonna bust hell wide open for real. And so I don't think that life is a joke. I don't think that playing with people's time and playing with people's name is a joke, because there's a real hell to bust wide open. And that should create some sense of conviction, especially for somebody who proclaims to have some sense of ethics and morality. I want Passer to have whatever it is he desires for himself, but I really do hope that he can just separate like fact from fiction. Like, he started to think that his relationships to us were as disposable as the platform that he tanked. And we were real life people who were really connected to him, who were really sitting beside him, who were really invested in him and his shit. And I don't appreciate this plastic perception that he had with all of us, because he ultimately showed that we're all disposable.
But even when you say, when you make when you actually tell people you have a list of people that you watch and you name no one on the gentleman's panel as someone that you watch, it's like, okay, well, you know what? We're giving each other that same energy then. So you don't watch me, I damn sure I'm not going to watch you.
Yeah, I mean, let's be very clear. I've always known that he wasn't really a watcher of mine, but that's perfectly fine. Like, I didn't feel no type of way. Nobody knew it. I knew it. I didn't say it because it was unimportant. Because again, what's for me is for me. And can a soul on this YouTube or anywhere else take that from me? So at the end of the day, if I give a goddamn if he watches what I do, but you got to be watching it because you turn around and try to do it. So.
Ciao.
Yeah. Hello?
Ciao. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it is definitely. And then, like, even I think Jay don't be realizing how it looks like. If you think that Phi Babe and Lady P and falling out with each other, all of a sudden you're falling down into Lady P's chat. It's like, come on now. You really don't interact with Lady P. You know, y'all weren't at a good place. But when you think her and Phi Babe then got into it, you're immediately falling into her. Like, it's like a buzzard coming to a roadkill. Like, why are you in her chat now out of all the times? So it's like, I'm here for you, Lady P. But now they're back cool again. It's like it was a brief thing, but they're cool again. So how are you looking now? You know, it's just that kind of stuff. When you minister to people, people are looking at you to be more embracing, But when you say you're a minister, you're supposed to be embracing people, giving people positive encouragement. You don't say, I look at people as numbers, you're just co-workers, you're just this. It's like, where is that part of you that's supposed to have more empathy towards people and feel some type of connection to people?
But see, that's the thing. There's the difference. It's a difference from pastoring than being a minister. A minister, you just pretty much, the word. You can marry somebody and you can bury somebody. But as far as having that ethical guidance, like you're guiding people and souls to a better life, that's what a pastor does. And that's why there is a difference with him. So even when people call him peen pastor or pastor, whatever, he's not a pastor. And that's clear in some of the things, or in the direction, sometimes in the way it moves. That's just it is.
Oh, thank you for addressing Snooch as well. Snooch thanks you. But and y'all, the thing is, someone asking for the interview, but I think that you do have to realize that people are more than just numbers. And it's just see, I held Lynn T, my moderator, that's my sister. I held her back for a while. Now she just like, I'm not gonna be good no more. Fuck this. But the thing is, when we get on here and people are paying for memberships and stuff, people want a closeness to you as a content creator. But when you constantly tell them, nope, I don't make friends with people, and people are this, people are that, it's like, why are you? I could see someone like myself that's like spiritual and not religious at all saying something like that. But when you've given yourself, as he said, to Christ, and he would do sermons on Sunday. I just don't, the two, and I know how the Southern people are, y'all. It's that Southern fakeness that I'm not cool with, what a lot of people tend to do. And it's like, love you down, love you. Oh, that's my baby. Hey, my babies. And I love you. Oh, you my heart. And you walk away. You know that girl pregnant again by a different man.
Oh my God.
You know that she's sleeping with the pastor, girl. Is she sleeping with the pastor? Oh, hey, honey, you left something back here. That's my baby. What my baby left? That kind of fake shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Child, I am. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's a lot.
Because Jay is funny. Jay has his funny moments.
Yeah, he's a likable person. Like, he really is. Like, he's a likable guy. But
you don't watch me, I don't watch you. End of it. Period.
He's 13. He's 13 years of age. And
I wouldn't necessarily say 13.
Okay, 15.
No, I mean,
what?
I will probably say that there's a level of mistrust due to probably some other things that you just can't, you can't bring yourself to really let that side of yourself down and really trust other people that really, really respected your vision and was really trying to pump your vision up, regardless if you didn't feel it, or you was tired of it. So all you had to do was say something.
Right.
He wasn't tired of it. Fabe hit the shit on the nail when she said Jay Wilson didn't end the gentleman's panel. The gentleman ended Jay Wilson, and that's the truth. He had nothing left when motherfuckers were shooting out of a damn rocket away from the panel, one by one. It started with me, then Official King Payne went on, then Rebel made his announcement, and then so that what was going to be left?
King Payne wasn't going. No, King Payne didn't say he was leaving.
Yeah, King
Well,
Payne.
I mean, King Payne didn't say he was leaving, but King Payne was not around after I left until
Well, he
the
was
last
doing,
episode.
well, to be, you know, quite
Yeah, to
frank,
be fair about it, he was there.
doing the show. He was doing Chasing LA, which he still is. So when he had a free moment and he, you know, didn't have to do a press tour or whatever, he would pop in, you know, he would pop into the show.
But that's what
So
I'm saying. So either way, there was no show left because you obviously can't sustain continuity if you have somebody who can only do the show every now and again. So ultimately, there was nothing left.
well,
You were quitting Cap. Rebel was moving on. I had moved on, and King Payne could only do it part time. So ultimately, there was nothing left.
yeah,
He
I
had
mean,
no choice. But the reason why Pastor said he was tired was because it would have been too real for him to say the opposite, which is, I'm actually sad to see the shit go. I'm going to miss these guys. Instead, he also had to be tired as well. Now, none of us ever heard Pastor say he was tired of the panel, neither in front of the camera or off the camera. Pastor was with all the changes that was going to be made to the show. He was with all the changes to rebrand it, to do this in the third. Pastor wasn't nowhere near goddamn tired. Pastor is too arrogant to take an L in front of everybody, so he's very invested in keeping the panel alive. But he could only go down in his flaming ego by having the cover story is, I wanted this too. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't want this. You didn't want this to end.
And you know, Conscious, on different times, I can say maybe twice before I had contemplating leaving the panel. Before I was like, you know what, I'm not feeling it. You know, it's just my attention is elsewhere. I was at that place that I was going to walk away 2 times, but I felt like, listen, I had developed some type of a rapport with you know, some of y'all, and I didn't want to feel like I was abandoning ship.
Yeah. Yeah. Interestingly enough, well, you know, let me not, because I'm gonna have to, let me not even say what I'm about to say. Yeah. Yeah.
But I didn't understand also, it's like, you know, even like what Jay got on properly Bonafide's channel, and him and Phi Babe was going at it. Jay was ready to leave, but when people come on his platform, he encouraged them. He'll sit back and be eating popcorn while they're fighting. So it's like, you're encouraged fighting. It's exciting to you when you're a bystander, but then when you're fighting, it's like, I'm not gonna do this. I'm out of here. I'm getting out of here. Like, what the hell? Yeah, so you can't take the same heat that other people can take. I mean, what's that?
It's because it's all about the money on my own platform. Why am I going to sit on your platform and fight back and forth with you when I can make the money on my own?
See, right.
That's just how it is with him.
There is, okay, I kind of dismissed what y'all said because I was too busy in this damn comment section, but I know it was good because y'all co-signed each other. Right.
And that's the thing. It's just, I'm one of those people. Someone had me laughing because they were saying, I think it was Sean Bradley, and he was talking about Captivating's delivery, and he was talking about mine. Captivating's delivery was very, you know, it was very political. It was very, you know, listen, because of this reason, that's been, you know, how I felt about this. When they were saying how, I think the question was, what did you get from the panel? And when I said, yeah, you know, it was some good things, but I sat on a panel with some fake ass bitches.
Okay, now can you clear that up? Because I didn't want the people thinking that you was actually talking about CTV, homie. I didn't want the people to be thinking that you was Shay and me because I'm one of your faves. So
no, I wasn't. It wasn't directed at you, but okay. I sat on a panel with people that, again, they went where the wind blew and they turned against Jay. And all of a sudden now they're all coming back around being cool. To me, it's that type of fake shit right there. I can't sit on a panel with people and then all of a sudden I don't like you, but we've exchanged phone numbers. We've talked off of the panel. And you know, it's just the whole thing of I'm witnessing it now when I be in bushes. I'm like, y'all know damn well y'all don't like each other. Why put up the front like you like each other? It's just so fake. It's like a telenovela. It's really crazy as hell.
Right. Like
Do you
like
know?
other people don't know that they've been behind the stage trashing them. Like, okay, I'll wait.
Do you know what this comment means from Newborn a Rebel? How did you feel when he said the slave comment? I don't know.
I didn't see that. I didn't see when he made the comment.
Okay. Ciao. It is
Yeah, because I really didn't watch that much, so I missed it.
Mrs. Diva says that you and Cap are in some deep shit. Y'all in some deep trouble, honey.
Bullshit, because I'm a grown ass man. I'm a grown ass man. I don't get in trouble.
She crying. She mourning for y'all in the chat.
I didn't look. I got ass whoopings when I was little that made me like S&M now. So I don't get in trouble.
Now, Diva One, to be very clear, I love you, all that good stuff. But at the
and
end
you
of the day,
got a captivating dick anyway, Diva One.
Oof, what is that?
Oh, wow. That's the problem. It's like we all gotta walk around here kind of being feared or fearful of someone. It's like we're all grown adults. Like I give a care about your thoughts or your comments or your concerns. I really don't care. It is what it is. It was what it was. And it's no slight towards him as an individual. It was cool. It was what it was. But there were some things that I personally expressed to him that did not sit well with me, and so that's at the end of the day, that's what it was. The final straw for me was you, Rebel. After that, I was like, okay, we're not going to keep going through this. We're just not, because obviously it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to you. So if we don't matter to you, there is no reason to move forward. Why do we need to move forward if none of us matter to you, especially when we're taking out our time, just speaking for myself, doing intros, like I said before, and putting in the effort that you did not know how to do. So what am I doing? Okay, so I can go stage left and put all of my energy back into my own platform and move on about my business. No,
Hey, Luxurious Libra. Thank you, Luxurious Libra. And that was a very older, distinguished gentleman that was just on that you had highlighted.
You know the fuck what? The main. So how did you? So how did? I'm gonna say this. So both you and Cap really do well, like when it comes to how y'all handle the things that play out publicly. I have my seasons where I do well, and then I have my seasons like the one I'm in right now, where I just let all hell break loose.
Bitch, you go right off the train track.
Right
Don't even try it.
honey. Take that exit right on.
Bitch, you just drive right.
Oh yeah. But let me ask you, Rebel, specifically, because like, how did you feel being trapped in between so many of Passa's beefs? Like, if it wasn't him beefing with Fabe, which I'm sure had to make you feel awkward, him beefing with Sean, which I'm sure had to make you feel awkward. I mean, like, on a personal note,
it's been everybody. I mean, not even just Jay Wilson. I'm sorry, what?
I said I was trying to be nice, goddamn it. I wasn't trying to use the word everybody, but yeah, everybody.
Well, no, I'm not saying with him with everybody. I'm saying there are a lot of people I like that fall out on YouTube. Well, like I was saying earlier, we're always put into different positions because content creators fall on and off all the time. And when they fall out, my thing is to have my own comment. Listen, I'm a content creator. I can come and talk about anything. I could talk about story times, my life experiences, everything. So I don't feel I have to insert myself when people get into it. Listen, I'm not gonna have because when you become like a news person and you're talking about the news on YouTube, you get pulled into a lot of shit because news people on YouTube are gonna be biased. most of them are going to be biased because there's going to be people that they don't like that they're going to talk about more than the others. And I know when I like people that get into it, I'd be like, I'm quick to say, I'm not in that. Leave me the hell out of it. I'm neutral. Leave me out of y'all shit. I'm not in that. And subscribers want you to get into it because that's something they start salivating. They want something to sink their teeth into. And if I have 40 people in my chat instead of 500, I'm cool with that because I'm not going to sell my soul to get clicks and views. So when people get into it that I like, I stay the hell out of it.
I think that that's the best way because social media is fucking crazy. And like we said earlier, these motherfuckers will fall out, drag each other, get each other locked the fuck up today, and then be bailing each other out by the weekend. So it's just definitely intelligent to at least wait and see what the hell happens organically, since we see so much teetering and back and forth go on. But child,
you'd have whiplash, because you'd be going. It's so, the thing about YouTube, again, people can say that's my baby. Now, how many times have we heard people say that's my baby, give each other little cute nicknames and shit, and that's my twin, and that's my sister, that's my YouTube mama, that's my favorite YouTube auntie, and now they're condemning them to the pits of hell.
No.
I mean, seriously, how many times have y'all seen that? I witnessed that, so I know,
yeah.
Rebel, this shit is not stable. Stay the fuck out of it.
Yeah. I understand, honey. Get them thumbs up, as Coupon Therapy said, honey. Let's get these thumbs up.
Okay.
QI says, do not sell yourself for clicking the view, temporary attention, or clout. So what happens now? What does forward moving look like to everyone? Do y'all think that Pastor will be upset at the commentary today? Do y'all foresee him being pressed like panini bread, as he would say?
I don't think he'll be pressed about this commentary. I don't think that he'll have much to say about it. He may give his rebuttal and he'll keep it moving, but he doesn't. Even if I disagree with Jay and he says he doesn't watch me, I'm cool with that. I can't. I watch different people. I watch smaller people. Tita Talks is one of my favorite YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
I love me some Tita Talks. But the thing is, Jay can have something to say. He's entitled to voice, what he's taken from our conversation. I'm cool with that.
Well, that's another thing I was going to speak to Leandria. She said, I like the three of you guys together to your own panel. The reason why you like that, Ms. Vines, is because I know I felt like this on a panel, which is one of the things that just caused me to leave, is it was a little bit too politically correct for me. I don't like to feel stuffy in my thoughts. I like to just let's just talk about whatever we gotta talk about in whatever way we need to motherfucking talk about it. And it be what it is. So I think that being around Pastor, even like when we had to do it on his platform and shit, it's like you can't cuss, and it's just like, girl, I get it, but I all I'm saying is that I can understand why you feel like this is a more enjoyable group, because we're just able to talk without having to save each other's egos and shit, and a lot of having to protect Jay Wilson happened. I know a lot on my end, like having to just be like, girl, just girl. But people caught it here and there during our times on the panel, because I saw one bitch over there talking about, I'm glad CTV, I don't mind him being gone anyway, because he was always dragging Pastor. I'm like, not really. It's just like I wasn't trying to protect Pastor. I mean, that's it. I mean, we here to do commentating. If I don't agree, I'm going to not motherfucking agree. And if you have an attitude, this is a show, have an attitude, entertain the folk, let's go back and forth and have our banter, and let's move the fuck along. And I do that on every panel. It just is what it is. But I didn't know that the shade would be real. And I remember having a conversation with Jay Wilson early on and saying, look, I'm a very strong commentator. And he kept saying, y'all, we got Conscious TV on because he's controversial. I'm a very strong commentator. I have very strong views. I'm going to formulate my views very well when I go to speak about a thing. And so I thought we could all handle the heat. So when he got pressed a few months ago when I hosted, and we kind of had got into it about the religious thing, I was like, girl, are you okay? Like, it's not really that deep, but whatever. And once again, I like Jay Wilson. If there's anything that I want him to take away from this commentary is, well, first of all, thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity to be a part of the panel. I enjoy being a part of panels. I enjoy especially supporting other Black queer people. And in terms of that, it was good. Me and you, we navigate socially very differently. And that's just where it didn't work for me. No hard feelings. I hope you definitely utilize that overlay this time around. It's no point in coming this far just to be tanked again. And I wish you well. There's no hard feelings on my end. Somebody asked me recently, did I miss the panel? I said no. I like all of the guys and I'm cool with all of the guys. But no, I don't. I was over it. I was over it for months before I just chucked up the deuces. But ain't no hard feelings on me. You know, I hope that he can grow up at some point and he can really optimize off of the parts of him that do work.
And you know, to add to that, I was gonna say, I'm gonna say that I never even wanted to host a gentleman's panel on my platform. It was fun for me. I was like, listen, I can give my viewpoint on some of the topics. I don't want to be obligated to have to host on my platform because I knew there are other things I needed to take care of that were lacking. And I knew that if I didn't focus on what I needed to focus on, you know, I'm coming up with topics. I'm trying to find new topics to discuss. You know, I'm talking to this editor. I'm talking to different friends. There are groups, there are writer groups that I belong to that I have meetings with, you know, just a lot of things that were going on that I didn't want to put my time into the gentleman's panel. And I felt, you know, okay, I need to come up with these topics. You know, let me find what's trending. You know, and that's why people like, well, Rebel, why you didn't even want it on your platform? No, I didn't. You know, it was like, hell, before I knew it, it was like, I'm part of the gentleman's panel now. I came on as a guest a couple of times. I was a guest, and then I was a permanent member. And I had fun. A lot of times I did have fun, and I thought that we kikied and had a great time.
Yeah.
You know, I just that was it.
I'm not taking away any of it. The experience was fun. Somebody had asked in the comments, why did I look so angry in the last episode? Because I was annoyed. I was annoyed at the level of let's play nice. And it's just like, are we really not going to sit here and just address, like at that point, I didn't care anything about the topics, a show that we were watching, or anything, because the thing was, this got dismantled. And why can't we address that?
Right.
So I was going to ask y'all that too. Like,
just to be clear and open with not only ourselves, but the viewers. And that way, you know, you could have shared your side that, you know, whatever you was going to say. And, you know, we could have, and not to be mean and nasty and, you know, argue back and forth, but just that whole, you know, kind of, oh, we're going to play nice. And
that church fake shit. That's that church fake shit. Yeah. Well, I'm not doing the church shit like that.
I was so tired, and it's a lot of work that who was doing?
Okay. Come on now. Come on now, Cap.
Who was really doing the work?
Period.
Because I still got work on this computer that I'm sitting in front
Period.
Oh, please excuse my cancer from coming out, because that's just I'm just
Period.
not angry. Not angry, it's just frustration, because it's just like we just need to be clear. Like, we're all adults. Just be clear.
A lot of people felt like Jay was deflecting in the last panel, because it was very clear that the Tiger wanted to leap out of goddamn Rebel the whole time. And every time it seemed like Pastor could sense that shit, and he'd be like, "Run, no, Rebel, let's finish the show. We gotta."
Because you remember I said, okay, let's cut the BS and let's cut the bullshit and get to the meat of the matter.
Right.
I don't like all that. Let me tell you, I'm not a person in real life. My friends will tell y'all when they came. I don't dance around.
I don't. I get straight to it. If there's something I don't like, I speak on it. Now, you may not like what I say, but and you have every right not to like it, whatever. But it is what it is. And I just felt like we were playing a game, and we're too old. We're too old for that. It's like,
now you too old for that. I'm not. I'm young.
That's fine, but I don't look it.
Right.
So
anyways,
oh my God.
I just say that at this point we are grown enough to have the conversation, and yeah, some people may look at you in a certain type of light, but then take that as a learning tool and see, well, what can I change about myself or how I interact with other people. That's it. Because it's like people were sitting here helping you, and you still acting like
Look, it's really unfortunate for him, because he lost a group of niggas who really was for real. Like, he lost a group of niggas. I mean, we're not lost, because I know that like y'all pretty much still copacetic and friendly, and friendly with the pastor, but it could have been more than just being copacetic. It could have been something more than that could have been developed, because he had people around him that were for real, about it. And I think that's just kind of what was the most disappointing for me, was just like, damn, bro, like, this could have worked out. And I was willing to let everybody think that the panel was boring and stay committed to this and stay cool with you as well, if you could have been cool. And it's really dumb that this fell out, because it don't even make any sense. Like, it doesn't even make any sense that it didn't work. It didn't even make any sense that nobody can really be a friend to you. It doesn't even make any sense that at your age you can't really be a friend to anybody. It doesn't even make any sense at this point why this has to be the outcome. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, no, nobody said that. Somebody was saying that somebody had to follow a script. No, we didn't have to follow a script. And Ms. Pizarro, just to be clear, people ain't gonna like everybody, and that's quite all right. You can find other people boring, that's cool, but it's not gonna stop people from being who they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you're not gonna demand something to be out of somebody that they don't have it in them. I don't have it in me to go back and forth with people that I feel are, non-existent to me. That's pointless. My point is to get out here to educate, to inform, to enlighten, so you can go out there and make sure that your healthcare works, that when you swipe your food stamp card, you still got money on it, that you do whatever you need to do. And outside of this, you are able to live your life.
But what's the sassy? I'm sorry, Cap. Finish what you were saying.
That's it. I
was gonna say, what's the sassy side? So you want us to be fighting every show? I mean,
who's saying what?
No, it was Miss Conspiracy Theory. Miss Pizarro was saying, I'm gonna be honest though, CTV is entertaining, but rebel and captivating, kind of boring. We need their sassy. So when I do videos and do my story times, my thing is people relate to me. It's not always about mess all the time. Miss Pizarro, I have a whole life outside of YouTube. It's a hobby for me. Right. I'm not trying to get views to get a Google AdSense check that's big, because I could do parodies of people. And again, my parodies get 7, 8, 9,000 views. But if I wanted to do that, I could do that on a consistent basis. I choose not to do that just because I want to be something. I want to do things I can sleep at night doing. I can go to sleep at night knowing that I came on and people were able to get something from what I was saying. Mess and shit gets old quick. It gets old. That's draining. If you do mess all the time, that drains the fuck out of you.
Yo, let's not to mention this fact that we sit here and do all this, but the real reality is these videos will be up here. So your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren will watch you sit here and be a mess. Think about that. Like,
right.
That's really what you looking to leave as a legacy to your people? Come on.
And shit, doing those damn Tracy parodies cost me a lot of dick. Because people was going to see that damn shit in my closet and thought I was straight up doing drag.
You know what?
Well, I'm just being honest. My friend was asking me, so you a cross dresser now? I was like, what? He said, you a cross. I was like, this motherfucker went in my closet. I said, no, remember I told you I do the parodies on YouTube. How the hell I want to be a drag queen and I got this full damn goatee on my face?
Well, in reality, you were being a drag queen because that's what they do.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Uh-huh.
Can we clear this thing up with Wiley? Please.
What thing?
I don't even. It's just a thing. It's a thing, and I don't know what the thing is exactly, but he's in the chat. He's doing good. The energy seems to be good. I think this would be the perfect ending, is to clear whatever the thing is up with Wiley. Is it possible that I could bring him on and clear up whatever the thing is?
Because I don't know what I don't
everybody keeps saying that they Cap, how you feel about it? A rebel say he doesn't care. You know, a rebel always down for anything.
I'm trying to figure out what is there to clear up.
I don't know.
I'm curious to know what it is to clear up too.
A lot of people kept. I've seen the comments in the comment section saying.
But understand understand other gentlemen. We already know how this goes. Other gentlemen may have not wanted him to be on the panel, and as
I was one of them.
As the gentleman, whatever, we always have to, we respect each other's boundaries. You may not always agree, but you got to respect it. So, I mean, it was nothing, and let's not,
Wally was too much of a, Wally was too underhanded, and he was too much of a snake, and I didn't fuck with him. That was
Wait a minute now. God damn it now. How y'all gonna sit up here acting like y'all don't know what the thing is? That's like y'all don't know what the elephant in the room here, and y'all done that's the elephant.
No, I didn't know because I had gotten over that. At that time, that's how I felt. I don't feel that way. Listen, me and Wally are good at this point, but at that point we weren't good because he lied about something that was in my personal life, and I wasn't fucking with him.
I'm about to call Wiley real quick and see where he at. He might be at work. Thank y'all for the cash apps, baby. Y'all are tearing this cash app up, baby. Is this what it's like to be in the beef sector, girl? But I made this point in my regular sector, but this cute.
Look, I'll pass on. I don't want cash apps if I got to do all that. Hell no. Nope, I'm good.
Hold on, I'm about to call Wiley on the phone to see where the fuck he at. See if he gonna come on, or I can remove this link real quick.
Okay.
Wiley is the bomb.com. Like, I love Wiley. Okay. I cussed him out last year, I know, but I got it all off my chest.
Good for you.
No, I mean, I said what I said, and we kept it moving at that point.
Wiley. What you doing? You able to use your microphone? You using it right now. Oh my God, when you gonna be done?
Where does white girl voice come from?
Oh my God. Okay, we put terrific in the chat. All right, bye.
Where did this Valley girl, white girl come from?
Girl, he said he wiping ass and shit, girl. Y'all going to get his ass fired. Hell to the no.
Okay.
So he said he could be in the chat though. So okay, so are we? So is everybody okay? So Rebel, you said you and Riley cool right now. Y'all all right?
Yeah, we're all right now. Yes.
Cause y'all gonna be on the show together too, right?
Yes.
Okay. So cool. Okay, and Cap.
And me and Wally had been around each other. We've been around each other after all that took place. I think that there was a clear respect for each other. That in person, I keep the same energy. Let me just say that. So we're good. Now we're good.
Let me address something real quick. Sassy, as far as your question is concerned, I had no idea Jay Wilson insulted me. I think that's something you're making up. But there was this issue in which the money from Fication, Fi kind of insinuated that I told Jay Wilson, and that's why he kept mentioning that. And like I said in the comment, when I commented below that particular video, that I did not speak to Jay Wilson about my Fication funds or whatever was going on with that, because it wasn't that important. I've been blessed enough to have that more times over. So if I did not get it for whatever reason, that would have been fine. However, I sent in my information just like everybody else. So if it really was to come back to me, all you had to do was send it back the way I sent it to you, which, of course, finally it did come. But no, I never spoke to Jay Wilson about it at all. So I don't even know where that came from. Again, just trying to start mess. But no, I didn't speak to nobody about it. Thank you, though.
Oh. Well, that was definitely disclosure.
Right.
Okay, so with that being said then, so you and Wiley, where do you, because I know everybody has had their little, have had their moments with Wiley. How do you feel at this point about Wiley?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever. I don't feel a way about him. I know that, I was trying to aid him in any way that I could at first because he was trying to, I don't know, I guess fix this kind of image that he's created for himself. And then when I realized that he was really just playing a game, I just stepped away because, again, I'm not about that. It's either when I'm involved in something, I'm going to be serious about it. And so therefore, I'm not here for, we're going to play nice and then I'm going to, kind of try to do
That's
something.
all YouTube, Cap. That's that YouTube. That's that YouTube shit.
I'm not here in that regard. What I do, I'm not here for that. Again, you can call me boring or whatever it is. There's real shit going outside of all of this. Like, we are dying for no reason and people are getting off the hook. Like, so I don't, it's like, yeah, I have fun. And when I have fun and chilling out, I'm in listening to other people commentary, laughing and joking and all that. But at the end of the day, too, there's real stuff going on. So if you come to me asking me anything about, let's collab and let's do something together, I think it'll be great. I'm about my business. So you either come correct or don't come at all. And that's where we had a disconnect. But other than that, I'm cool.
And speaking of calm, the thing is, y'all need to catch Captivating's nightcap. And the thing is that when he talks about politics, it be a few of y'all be over there watching, but the numbers are definitely different when he does nightcap because y'all want to hear about some peen and some snooch. So y'all come over there.
I mean, and they do, and that's perfectly fine. But again, it's a different side. So when people say, "Oh, you're boring" or whatever, I'm boring because you haven't checked out my channel. Because had you taken the time to check out my channel, you would know that it's not just about politics; it's about other things. But you got to be grown enough to actually be at Cap Hill. So, because I check IDs, so you know what I'm saying.
Okay, you check. He checked my ID. I was barely old enough to come on.
And now you're too damn old to stay on. You're too damn old to stay on.
You can eat my snooch. Let me stop saying it because somebody gonna be triggered in the thing.
I do want to say, I do, you know, Wiley wrecked shop out here in these streets for a long time. I do understand people who ain't really trying to give Wiley a second chance. I never felt like what me and Wiley went through was deep enough for me to hold a grudge with him. So when he called me, not last year, but I think it was year before last, and he called me and apologized and I was like, okay, and we were fine since. But I do understand for some other people why there may be reservations, but I do really believe that he is in a different place. I've seen a lot of maturity in him, and
he apologized to me also. Wiley apologized.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, he did apologize, and that's why we kept it moving. We kept it moving, and you know, it's something about a man with a wild eye that sometimes can get my goat. And I thought that
that's because you don't know what he's looking at.
You don't know what he's looking at. You can clip that wallet. You can go in his. You can get him drunk and go in his wallet. He'll never know it.
You know,
if you want, that was the old me. But the thing is, Wiley is he in person. He's a lovable lug of a giant gay man. He's full figured. He's very full figured in person. Wiley's as my uncles used to say, he's a full figured country gal in person.
Not country,
but you know,
gal.
he's pretty laid back in person.
He is. Wiley cuts a fool. Wiley likes shock value. Sometimes Wiley just is here for the shits and giggles, but I don't think he be meaning no real harm. Even though harm he does cause, but I don't be thinking he be meaning no real harm.
But you know, even if you don't mean harm, Conscious, some things you say.
Yes.
You know, something you may say slick and it's cute at the time. Sometimes that shit people will carry it with them.
Yeah.
And you said something as a dig, and you made this comment, and I've been like, wait, hold up. I didn't F with you at all. I wasn't bothering you, and you coming at me like this. Why are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
That part. And then it's something that you can't necessarily take away because it's there. It's recorded on video. So it's like, you know, try to explain that. So yeah.
Wiley is a gay man. He versatile. So yeah, a guy gave him ass because he needs something to use when he gets.
Wiley is, you know, he's what the guys would say a classic pear shape.
You know,
he'd be one of the women that had no breasts but like big old hips.
If you don't shut your ass the hell up, Rebel.
Heavy bottom.
I am
bottom heavy. He bottom heavy.
Wait, look. Somebody out there want them a big old tall Amazonian bottom who got that pear bottom half, honey.
But if he get on top of you to ride you, if any tops mess with Wiley, he get on top, your ass is gonna be done. Game over.
You know what? I am sickened. I am sickened to my
just at Lynn T, they gonna probably put they be wanting to take my phone all the time.
Why y'all want to do Wiley like that?
Oh God!
But Wiley, look at you, Wiley easy going.
I heard he packing in the front too.
Nobody cares.
But I heard you gotta hook a O2 tank up to it to make it get alive. So that's a little bit too much work.
Okay, are we done here? Because I'm
okay.
Wait. I am not here for this. This is not what I'm here for.
This is for Nightcap, y'all. This is what you get on Nightcap.
It's definitely not what you get on Nightcap because I don't be talking about other people's ping unless it's my own. But yeah, okay.
I think Wiley is cute. I do. Like I could date
that's
Wiley.
Cool. That's and everybody's entitled to.
And he got a nice.
I think Wiley cute too. If he had like some shades on, he cute.
Why y'all done triggered up Rico, child? Rico say he a bottom. Rico saying lip.
What's up, Rico? He's been in here. Yeah.
Because I heard, baby, you couldn't even get Dr. Frankenstein to make that peen come alive, but he is sweet.
Oh my God.
I'm
not with you.
Wiley is a lovely man, okay? We're all lovely men, all lovely gay ass men, child.
Well, Is that all? Are we?
We
Does
are
that
complete.
Does that conclude our?
You know, with Lynn T and just y'all not gonna put this on Kimberly Black. Y'all still, I clock y'all all in again. Y'all didn't know it. Y'all got clocked back in. But okay, yeah, it's been fun, Conscious.
Yes. I thank you guys for blessing us. I didn't know if you would have been. I was going to extend the invitation to you, Rebel, but I really didn't know like where you was. If you kind of was just like, you know, you kind of had said your goodbyes and everything. But I'm really glad that you text me and that you came on. And I really thank you for calling me. You know, initially when I left the panel and everything, that meant a lot to me. And I appreciate you, Cap, for standing up for me and everything, and you know, doing what you did. So I love you guys as far as I'm concerned. The panel still is.
Much love, definitely.
And you know what, Rebel? I did feel like you kind of might have low-key had slid that goddamn thumb over there and hit the unsubscribe button, bitch. So you better not only resubscribe, but you better hit the goddamn notification bell.
No, child, I didn't unsubscribe from you.
Oh, okay. Because I caught that little bit of the video. You was like, and bitch, if
no, I did unsubscribe from. I unsubscribed for probably 90% of the gentleman's panel. Yes, okay. I did. Yeah.
Not 90%.
I subscribed for about 90. Yeah, about 85 to 90% was like, I'm good. I'm going to buy deuces. But I've been unsubscribed from a lot of them. So, you know, that was it. Everybody I unsubscribed from, it happened maybe like about 2 months ago.
Okay. All right. Everybody
that was it.
Okay, that's cute. Well, do y'all have any remaining words? Do y'all have anything y'all want to leave out on as it relates to today's ness?
I don't know. I think we've had a very lively discussion and we've answered a lot of unanswered questions.
Right.
Shantae, so, you a lie. You a damn lie, Shantae.
He is a high value man, Rebel. Yes, Wiley is.
Did somebody put a spell on you, Conscious? Did your spell backfire or something? Because what? What the hell?
What? I support repentance and, you know, being made anew and being reborn again, you know?
Yeah, but that comes with action, though. That comes with action.
It is.
No. But I'm just saying.
He apologized to Rebel. He's on his celebrity stuff. He's really growing his channel.
Conscious, let's cut the bullshit. Really?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Conscious still sleepy. That's what it is. Conscious is sleepy.
Oh my God.
Conscious, you sleepy. Now you just need to go on and lay down, baby. Go get you some rest.
That's exactly what the hell I'm going to go and do. Okay.
Did you dye your hair last night or something?
No.
You dyed your hair last night? You dyed your hair last night.
Let Wiley be great, okay? And thank you to beautiful men for blessing me today. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys so much. And
all right, y'all.
No problem.
Bye.
All right, y'all. Bye. Yeah. Well, that's the show, you guys. Full disclosure, child. Thank you guys for being here. Thumbs up this video. Thank you all for sharing. Shout out to Miss Pizarro. Shout out to Brianna. Shout out to it was a bunch of people. The Wiley Show. You know, to all the content creators, Sean Bradley. Shout out to everybody, child. God bless your motherfucking asses, okay? Continue to raise hell and cut up and entertain the folk and do what you do. This was wonderful. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out. Peace.